Good morning, and thank you for joining me on another episode where I take a book and from that book I find a bar. Now, a bar is a short, valuable nugget of information for us to feed our minds. This is
Breakfast Bars! Breakfast Bars!
Breakfast Bars! This is Breakfast Bars!
Man, I'm going to tell you guys right now, I don't give a fuck. I guess I should have been maybe a little more subtle about that. Mark Manson, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck is the book today. Yeah, it's one of those books that when I was told about it from someone else, they didn't really explain it much. I think the title just draws you in enough. So yeah, I'm not going to kind of overview it at all. Let's just go ahead and dive right in and see what we find. Interesting. The more uncomfortable the answer, the more likely it is to be true. I fuck with that. I subtly fuck with that, you know what I mean? Think we have so many things we think about ourselves, things we think about the world, things we think about others that are deeply ingrained in us. And it's when we hear something contrary to that, it's uncomfortable. We push back on it, right? We push it away because we're like, no, this is the way it is. I know this, right? We won't even get into talking about you never know philosophy principle right now, but the more uncomfortable the answer, the more likely it is to be true. Why? Because of if something's uncomfortable, that means you had a thought about, you're thinking about it in a certain way. You had a thought about that thing, and it's almost the opposite, the answer. It's uncomfortable because now your whole identity to that thing, or if it's something about yourself, your whole identity is being challenged. That's threatening. You go back to the primal instincts of our ancestors and caveman days. A threat, rightfully so, invokes fear because that rightfully could take someone's life. Is that still the case? No. But when we have something so clear in our mind about how we think something should be, and then we get feedback on that, that makes us uncomfortable because it just, like I said, challenges our identity or the identity to that thing that we think. But the more likely it is to be true. Now, not everything. Doesn't say that that means it is true. And if he did say this here, I would disagree with that. But it just shows that there's so many blind spots that we have, right? And the only way to uncover those blind spots is get these uncomfortable answers. How do you get the uncomfortable answers? Many different ways. Talking to new people, different people, reading up on it, searching the internet, I don't know. You can figure it out. But those blind spots need to be exposed for us to level up, for us to continue to learn and grow and evolve. And so next time you hear an answer that's uncomfortable or anything, feedback that is uncomfortable to you, take a step back from the situation. Tell your primal mind, no, there's no actual threat right here. Everything's okay. I'm not going to die. And take a step back and think, okay, what's actually here? Think it through. Have someone else think it through with you. But know that it might be true. the uncomfortable answer, because we might just have a blind spot to it. So, open mind with it, but seek those answers. Or when, even if you're unconsciously or deliberately seeking out an answer and you hear something that kind of tugs you the wrong way, just take a data point on that and then think about it. Okay, what is this actually trying to tell me? So again, the more uncomfortable the answer, the more likely it is to be true. Have a great day.